Hey, what's good, beautiful people? This is me, the Infinity Midwife, coming to you once again. I hope you're taking care of your minds, your hearts, and your entire being. I'm doing a quick collective message. I know I've been MIA and I'm still going back into being MIA, so I'm just doing a quick collective message for this beginning of this new season of the Scorpio. And to start off with it, the first card that I got is transformation. Now we know Scorpio represents the subconscious, the deeper aspects of the collective and of the individual. So it can speak of the shadow aspects of self. It can speak of death. It can speak of transformation. It can speak of things that are not necessarily spoken, things that are taboo, things that are uncommon, things that are from the underworld, the occult. So when we speak of Scorpio season, a lot of things are dwelling in the deeper waters, the deeper murky waters that not a lot of people dare to go. But you know, the rabbit hole goes as deep as you want it to, as you are courageous enough to dive deep. The rabbit hole will bring you even deeper into, the hidden knowledge, into the hidden meanings of, your own transformation, your own rebirth. Okay, so this card represents transformation. Now, as you can see, it's a whole deck that I got, and it's the Phoenix. So it's about the Phoenix, and look at how the Phoenix is flying above water. Okay, so the water represents what? It can be a mirroring, right? It can be a mirror of, the Phoenix flying above water and looking at her own reflection through the water, right? But it could also represent that the Phoenix has just come out of a transformation, has went through the deeper waters. Look how the home sits on the dock, right? Look how the home sits on the dock, and it's water right underneath it. So we need to get acquainted with the deeper emotions, the deeper meaning of transformation, what it means to be emotionally intelligent on a more subconscious level. So that's the season we're in. So that's the first card that I got. I just finished my ritual, and angel number 144 popped out, as well as angel number 796. Okay, so you want to check out those two angel numbers, as they may be representing an aspect of, something that may be a clue for you on your transformation journey. Okay, so angel number 144. Now 4 and 4 adds 2 and 8, which is the planetary number of Scorpio, which represents Pluto. So yes, so the 8th house represents Scorpio. So all this to say, right, check out angel number 144 and angel number 796. Okay, those are the angel numbers that shoot right through when I was doing my ritual. Okay, so now the first oracle card that we got is Stand Still. Okay, now I've already pulled that card in one of the previous readings. Now I'm not gonna go over it thoroughly, but what I'm getting from this Stand Still, again, here's the water. So there's a lot of waters happening in this upcoming week, is what I'm getting with this card. And it's going to require us to dive deeper, right? And as we are diving deeper, we are accessing deeper aspects of ourselves that's going to enable us to, look at our emotions, look at our transformation, and just be still in that observation. Be still in that recognition of, allowing yourself to understand or getting to the deeper meaning of, how everything unfolded for you, how transformation transformed you. Okay, so what I'm getting with this standstill is allowing yourself to feel, and in that feeling, just be the observer. Watch how everything is just being revealed to you as you are diving in deeper waters. Now, when you dive into, have you not noticed when you go into water, you feel like everything is in slow motion, right? You feel the heaviness of the water pulling you down. So what I'm getting with the standstill is as we dive deeper into, Scorpio season, or at the beginning of Scorpio season, we are being asked to allow the weight of the water to not make us drown, but just be going with the flow, is what I'm getting. Okay, now the next card to validate this is the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So these two came together. Now, from what I'm getting with this, okay, so Eight of Cups usually is speaking of, leaving things behind. And there's a lot of water. There's water here. There's a flame in this cup, and she's just leaving it behind. Now, again, because we are entering, or we are in this beginning, this new season of Scorpio, I feel like things are being left behind. And the things that are being left behind is going to spark new creativity, new passions, right? The Ace of Wands. But I'm also getting that we are to be maybe leaving behind parts of our identity, or parts of our identity that, we may have connected to, that was keeping us in this space of creation, but as well. Okay, so what I'm getting is we are leaving behind aspects of ourselves that were illusions of creations, that were illusions of passions, that were illusions of what creativity, what pleasure felt like, is what I'm getting with this card. I'm also getting that there's going to be a lot of unraveling of identifications. So as we are getting in this stillness, or, getting into the deeper waters of the Scorpio season, we are being asked to be the observer, and as well to recognize what were the illusions that we held onto, illusions of passions, illusions of pleasure, illusions of creativity, right? Things that we thought that were really sparking us, but at the same time, they were not. They were more so attachments, maybe unhealthy attachments, is what I'm also getting. Okay. So we are being asked to maybe observe, how are we really tapping into our creativity? Is it one of truth, or is it one of illusion? And maybe leaving behind those of illusion. Okay, this is what I'm getting. And then the next card that follows through is the World. So yes, we are closing out cycles. We are closing out cycles that no longer serves. And now the last card that I got is the Devil. Now this can represent Capricornian energy, but it can also speak of obsession. So we are closing out cycles. There you go. So we are closing out cycles of illusions of passions. We are closing out cycles of illusions of pleasures. We are closing out cycles of maybe obsessive passions or obsessive pleasures or obsessive ways of being creative. Whether it was overindulging into sex, maybe this is closing out. We are closing out these cycles and overindulging into passions that were not necessarily putting us in a position of growth, but maybe keeping us in this attachment or in this bondage. So we are closing out that cycle. The world speaks of closing out cycles. So this is what I'm getting. So I feel like in this first part, I don't know if it's in the first part of the week, the first part of next week, but it's a timeless read. So just apply to how it fits in your story, okay? But what I'm getting with the first part of next week is we're going to be called to observe our responses to certain behaviors that would enable us to feel creative, feel pleasure, right? But we're not necessarily, propelling us in a direction of growth, in a direction of new beginning, in a direction of, healthy passions, healthy creativity. So what I'm getting with this world card, the devil and the Ace of Wands, is we are being asked through that observation to have the courage to leave it out, leave it behind, right? And tap into more creativity or more ways of reconnecting with pleasure that are more so anchored in truth. However that unfolds for you, okay? That's what I'm getting with the first part of next week, or again, puts it where it fits, okay? So energetically, could be something that has passed, could be something that is present, could be something that is coming. So just be aware, be mindful of when this could be triggered for you or happen for you. Now, the next card that I got, the next oracle card that I got is protection. From what I'm getting with this is it's an oak tree. Okay. And there's kind of a pathway leading to this tree. So what I'm getting is we're going to be led to come into this space of being protected. Those that have tapped into transforming part of ourselves, those that have done the work, right? We are being protected. See how there's lightning striking the tree, but the tree is so big, it wouldn't even get to you. So what I'm getting with this card is you are protected. You are protected, and also still ask for more protection, or cleanse your space, cleanse your mental space, add more habits or rituals that keeps you in that protective space. Because yes, you are of the divine, you are protected, you have your spiritual team backing you up, but you also need to reinforce this protection through everyday ritual, everyday discipline of life. Whether it's through how you speak words into existence, whether it's through how you feed yourself, whether it's how you speak of yourself, whether it's how you carry a certain energy. So it speaks of mindfulness is what I'm also getting. Being mindful that you are also that oak tree. Okay? So you see this pathway leading to the oak tree. You are that oak tree. So you are your protection. Okay? So you need to believe that you are that protection, and that through the application of everyday ritual, everyday discipline, you are acting on your protection, or you are instilling that protection, or you are even more so reinforcing that protection. Okay, is what I'm getting. So it's always in the theme of transformation, right? We need to be more mindful of how we say we are protected. Because yes, protection is here, right? The spiritual realm, our spiritual team, our angels, archangels are all present fighting our battles. But do we ask for them to come through? Do we ask for their assistance? Do we ask for them to come help us? Right? Do we have a certain lifestyle that is conducive to that protection? Okay. What I'm getting with the next cards is the Eight of Pentacles. So what I'm getting with this is there's going to be some form of, there's going to be something coming in quick. So you got the Chariot to the Eight of Pentacles. So what I'm getting with this is something's going to come in quick. Okay. Now, it could be hard work that pays off. It could be you starting off a project and, putting in the work and, the results are coming in quickly. Okay. It could also be, you nurturing a project that brings great result. Or, you having a certain lifestyle that is repetitive, that is that is a discipline that brings certain results, or that brings in quick results. Okay, now the next card that I got is the Six of Cups. So what I'm getting with this, with the protection card, okay, now as you are, acting on your discipline of life, you are instilling protection all the way around you as you are continuing on your transformation, on your journey. Your past might be wanting to return, past energies. Now, past energies, place it however. Again, if you follow a few of my videos, I speak of how when you are transforming, you have to let go of people, things, situations, habits, places, mindsets that were keeping you, stuck in certain ways. Right now that we have closed off those cycles, things, habits, places, perspectives, ways of thinking, people might want to come back into challenging this, right? This cycle, this new beginning where you've put in so much effort into transforming. This is where I feel like protection is also going to be needed. Protection. And not all things of the past are there to destabilize you. They may be there to test you. They're also there to remind you of how much you've grown, how much you've transformed, right? And some people from the past may have as well been triggered by your whole transformation, right? And they maybe want to re-enter and collaborate with you further on. But it's really going to be up to you, because the next cards that I got is the Ten of Wands to the Three of Pentacles. So the way I'm reading this is there could be some energies from the past wanting to come and reconnect with you. But you might want to be discerning, again, with your lifestyle, with your discipline of life. You might want to assess, right? Are they bringing in burdens, or are they bringing in growth or prophecies? Are they really coming in to partner up with you? Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles speaks of partnerships, collaborations, working together, unity to advance, right? Because you've done the work, you've transformed on your own, you've applied a certain lifestyle, a certain discipline of life that propelled you, right, in a certain environment, right, in your own bubble, in your own new cycle. Things from the past might want to come back and to test, reintegrate, want to, maybe close out cycles, or maybe want to start new beginnings. And this is where you're going to have to be discerning as to whether or not these energies from the past are there to alleviate those burdens, right? Work with you in alleviating those burdens, or creating more burdens for you, is what is going to be a tendency to watch out for. Okay, so that's for that. And then the last two cards. So as I was shuffling the cards, so these two came out: leadership and success. And what I'm getting with these two cards is, yes. So you see how, wow, I didn't even look at it that way, but you see how in the leadership card, it's a white polar bear who's leading the way, who is in a position of, knowing his environment, knows how to take the lead, knows how to survive, knows how to thrive in a cold climate, who was guided by the stars. Like, he's a leader in his own right, in his own way. And look at the other card, success. It's the Black Panther. I didn't even see it that way. It just felt right out of the deck as I was shuffling. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take those two in. But I had not even taken a look at the cards. I see a lot of duality here. So I feel like there's going to be some form of temperance, some form of balance. Look how this is a cold climate. And then look at success. How success is a totally different climate. First of all, it's a Black Panther. This is a white polar bear. And then it's tropical. The sun is setting. Very warm weather. So what I'm getting with this card, because again, the topic here is transformation. I'm feeling here that you're going to have to embody, especially with energies from the past trying to return. You're going to have to embody a leadership that may be seen as cold, that may be seen as arrogant, that may be seen as nonchalant. But it's going to be a form of leadership that's going to break the ice for you to step into success. However success is defined for you, I feel like it's going to be multiple tests in maybe the upcoming days or weeks as to how do you position yourself, in this new cycle now that you've transformed. How do you position yourself in this leadership role, right? And from the external perspective, this new leadership position may seem as if, you're coming off as cold, right? You're coming off as even, not violent, but intimidating. You see how the white polar bear is just strong, right? And even if you were to rise on your 2 feet, if the polar bear was to rise on his 2 feet, he'd be even taller. See how he's connected to the stars. He even looks like a spirit. So I feel like with this leadership card, you're going to be called to stand in your power, stand in that leadership position. And that's just going to be your breakthrough into coming into success. That's going to be warming to your heart. That's going to be, recognition for you. Because again, we are transforming. And sometimes it can be quite uncomfortable setting up new boundaries, right? Fully embodying, your transformation, who you are becoming. Sometimes, because, if you've been in the past someone who's very docile, someone who's very people pleasing, right? Now you need to step into this leadership position where you might step on a few toes, right? You might come off as cocky, as arrogant. But as much as, people might perceive you as one way, that you're in your heart, You're acting because you have higher guidance. You have higher knowledge guiding you, right? See how this northern star, so this north node or this northern star is guiding this polar bear into being into his leadership position. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of as you step into this leadership position, you're going to be guided from higher realms or higher authorities, divine authorities, when I say higher, right? And it's going to break you through into so much success. And it's going to feel good is what I'm getting also. So that's going to be in the next, maybe in the third part of next week or sometime in the Scorpio season. Because again, the theme is transformation. So for me, it hits Scorpio season. And then the next, wow. So the next card that I got is the Hermit and the Hierophant. So again, it ties well into the leadership and success cards, because the Hermit mode speaks of what? Introspection, going within, listening to the voices, the light within, right? Everything is internal. And I feel like this leadership position that you're being asked to call is coming from the divine. It's an internal calling. And when you step into that leadership position, next card that I got is the Nine of Pentacles. It's the success. Yay. You see this? This is explanatory. This is self-explanatory. Like, this is confirmation of the two oracle cards that suddenly just fell out of my deck as I was shuffling. So what I'm also getting is there's going to be some form of illumination where you're going to, I don't know if it's pertaining to past energies trying to come back in, but I feel like you're going to be called to step into an awkward position that probably before you weren't used to do. But this time you're going to find the strength, because it's going to be a guidance coming from within, but a higher form of guidance. I would even say like a higher form of illumination or inspiration that is going to propel you forward into taking steps or answering a call or putting you in this position of authority. Like I said, leadership. And that's going to break you through into this Nine of Pentacles energy. And I feel like from that Nine of Pentacles energy, you're going to step into your Empress. Now, because again, we're talking about energies here, okay? It's not gender. It's not gender. It's not gendered. It's not geared towards a gender, right? Stepping into your Empress means that you have fully integrated both feminine and masculine aspects of yourself, right? You are birthing a new reality, a new world for yourself. You are confident that you are guided in the right way, because you've come from a place of transformation, a place of introspection, a place of higher wisdom, higher or deeper, however you want to place it. But I'm feeling that the Empress energy speaks of being pregnant with an idea, with a project, with a new way of being, right? And it's going to break you through whatever test or whatever leadership position that is being asked for you to called upon or being called to do or stepping into. Is going to break you so much so that you're going to move from this Nine of Pentacles into the Empress energy right away, is what I'm also getting. So there's going to be a breakthrough that's just going to alleviate so much, because we're moving all the way from a Nine of Pentacles to the Empress. So I feel like in between those two, there's going to be like a whole shift, but also an alleviation of like burdens or baggage or doubts or fog, or or something that that was maybe there more subtle, but that just shifted because of the breakthrough. And that's going to put you in this Empress energy where you're going to be more confident of embodying that new self, that new leadership position. Where's my leadership position? Yeah. Right? And that's just going to bring you more into success. I feel like those two are connected. Those three right here. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So the Empress, see how they're both connected to nature? Yeah, I feel like you're going to feel like you're more connected to who you are becoming, who you're transforming into. And it's going to feel like second nature is also what I want to say. Like there's going to be a big breakthrough that's going to solidify you into trusting that leadership position, or that new calling, or that new way of being, or that new way of just embodying that divine aspect of self, or your superpowers. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys. And then the last cards, what I got is Page of Sword and Nine of Sword. Okay, so that's just confirming what I was saying about the gap between the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress. So from stepping up from the Nine of Pentacles to the Empress, there's pretty much a lot in between, right? Because the Empress encapsulates or embodies all four queens of the deck: the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. And here we're speaking of Nine of Pentacles. So maybe you are in a position of stability. You are in a position where, you've seen, you are maybe single or not, or you're just in a more stable position. But I feel that with these tests coming in, I strongly feel like it's tests. We're going to be called, or we're going to be pushed into this leadership position that's going to break us through from moving from a Nine of Pentacles, so from a stability, or what we thought was stability, into really like feeling stable. But what's in between, I feel like this is what's in between. I feel like this is what's in between. And what's in between, we are talking about the Page of Sword and the Nine of Sword. So mental instability. And I feel like stepping into that. Oh, okay. Thank you. So what I'm getting is the Page of Swords speaks of news that are coming in, that are going to it's okay. So this is a test that I feel like is going to come in. So it's going to be news. It's going to be people from the past coming in, right? Coming in with some news or some information or some form of mental baggage. Because it's the sword. It's the Page of Sword. And the page is usually someone bringing in something new, some news, some message, right? So it could be some form of message coming from the past that wants to destabilize you, right? That wants to keep you in this Nine of Sword energy, where you feel like you're confused, where you feel like you're mentally drained, where you feel like you're mentally attacked from all places and things. But I feel that with the Hermit card and the Hierophant, right? The Hermit speaks of going within, doing some introspection. You're going to be called to push through and to step in that leadership position, answer the higher calling, which is going to dismantle this right here, right? This Nine of Sword. And that's going to propel you right into this Empress energy. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the message. And yeah, feel free to leave a comment or like or share. And I'll be with you next week. I am not posting this week. Let's see if I do it next week. But in the meantime, take care of your minds, your hearts, and your whole being. Stay blessed. Peace.